At some point, you are going to have to jump and make a decision on what you want to do. The fastest way to fail is to overthink and do nothing. Here's why. Overthinking builds hesitation. I've heard it being said that success loves movement. But unfortunately, if we're spending too much time hesitating, we are second guessing, we are doubting, we are stuck, we are standing still, and we're not in a place of action, we're in a place of stillness. And that can be a very dangerous place to be. If success loves movement, then our inability to move, our unfortunate circumstance of hesitating on action, it's delaying our success. I think unfortunately, a lot of people hear that success loves movement and we automatically assume, well, that means I gotta go, I gotta grind, I gotta hustle, I gotta be on 1, 2, 3, 4 every single day, 24/7. And that's not true. That's an unfortunate way of thinking, an unfortunate way of being programmed that we've kind of been taught by modern media. Success loves movement, therefore I have to move fast. No, progress is always going to be better than speed. You don't have to go fast. You just have to go forward. You just have to progress. So I want you to get rid of this thinking that you have to move a certain speed, doing a certain thing, doing it a certain way even. I want you to remove that myth from your head. You don't have to do that. Don't hesitate even. Usually your first thought is your correct thought. But if you are hesitating, not only does that say that you are unsure about what you want to do, but it says that you lack confidence in your ability to make a decision. You lack confidence in your abilities, period. Lean into your first mind. If it is something that came to your mind, you had the thought for a reason. It is your responsibility. It is your privilege also to bring that thought to fruition, bring it into the real world, see what you can do about making it a reality. Another way that overthinking ruins things is overthinking blocks your intuition. I just spoke on it, that it gives I don't believe in myself. It gives I'm not confident. And that is an unfortunate place to be in. Something that changed my perspective on things is I read somewhere that you are still here, which means that you have survived 100% of the things that you have gone through in life. And I think that that's just so beautiful because even if you end up making the wrong decision, you still have the opportunity to move forward and to make a different choice. Even if you don't choose your intuition first, you are still here to make a choice. Now, have you ever thought back on a situation and you may have seen all the red flags in the beginning, but you doubted what you saw, you doubted your instincts, you doubted your intuition, and you ended up having to go through so much BS just to realize at the end of it all, like, wow, had I had the courage and the confidence to see those things, to notice those patterns, to notice those characteristics, and had I been confident enough to walk away when I noticed those things, I would not have had to go through X, Y, and Z. Sometimes that is the most painful thing that we realize about a situation. It's not necessarily the things we went through, but it's the fact that if we had just trusted ourselves and gone with our first mind, with our intuition, we would not have had to deal with a lot of the BS that we ended up going through. And not to say that everything you go through is your fault, but we do play a role when something feels off, something doesn't feel right. It disturbs our spirit. It makes us feel a certain way. And instead of locking in and tuning into that, we brush it off as if what we're feeling is not valid. What you're feeling is very valid. And for me too, I need to work on trusting myself the first time, understanding that I don't need all of the evidence. I don't need all of the answers. What I'm feeling is being felt for a reason. And I need to have the confidence in myself and in my God-given intuition that it's time to go and that is the right choice. And lastly, I want you to take away from this that you only need the next step. You don't need the whole staircase. My mind was blown when I saw that quote on Pinterest. You don't need the whole staircase. You just need the next step. And this is especially for all of my people who may suffer from what's called or known as analysis paralysis, right? You spend so much time thinking about a situation, thinking about a problem, thinking about the solutions, researching, trying to find every single angle, everything that can go wrong, everything that can go right, and planning for all of the different scenarios for if it goes either way. And we spend so much time planning, we spend so much time researching, we spend so much time arguing both sides that we never put in the work and the time and the action into doing the actual thing, right? We never execute. We thought about it, we planned it, and we researched it, but we never actually did it. And there is quite a gap between preparing for something and actually doing things to see what works and what's gonna stick. I know for myself, I would use the example of singing with a corporate band where, yeah, I rehearsed certain things a lot. And the things that I was confident in, I had it in rehearsal, right? But then when I got up on stage, it was a whole different story. And it's not like I was pressured or scared or anything, but it's just a different experience to go from practicing in front of a mirror to now performing this thing. And I only have this moment and I have all these eyes on me, people who I don't know watching me, and they're looking to me for energetic guidance on how they should enjoy the show. It's different. Same thing with overthinking and not acting. You don't know what you need to change until you go through the situation and see how you felt about it. There's no point in over preparing for what's going to go right or over preparing for what's going to go wrong, because you're never truly going to know until you go through it. You ever think about those scenarios that you see on the internet and it's like, if I was in this person's shoes, I wouldn't have done that. But the truth is, you don't know what you would do in that situation until you are actually in it, because you don't know the choices you have once you're at that point. And we don't know the choices that someone else had once they got to that point. So who are we to say that this person chose wrong? Who are we to say that we would choose right? You truly don't know until you're in that situation. But again, you don't know what needs to change until you've gone through it, you've gained some experience, and you say, actually, I really liked how I did this, or actually, I thought I was going to want to do it this way, but I discovered that I prefer it this way instead. And then you make your adjustments. You do, and then you adjust. You do, and then you tweak. You do, and then you reroute a little bit, maybe. The changes only come through the action. If you spend too much time overthinking, you never change anything because you're never acting. You're never giving yourself the experience. And that's really a shame. Give yourself the experience. Try it. Go with that first instinct. Go with that gut feeling and see what happens. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Was it cool? Was it kind of like, do you want to do this every day now? Or could you live without it, right? But you have to put yourself in it. You have to do it. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Lex Chat. I do hope that this helped you. If it did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And in the comments, let me know what topics you want to chat about next. My name is LexC. Until then, peace.
I'm on a whole nother level. I am a star, but they call me a rebel. They wanna see me defeated, disheveled, cause they beat the pot, wanna call me the kettle. I got the pop, they on the cob, turning on me, tell them get off my knob. How I get them so upset when I'm simply the best. I guess I make them depressed. I be pressed too. If I had to look at me, I represent all those things. Everything I got is a broke man's dream. Call me king, I'm on my throne. I could get more, but I can't get gone. You can say less, but you can't get on. Gotta be a dog if you want that bone.